it before we end. You're onto the beef that they're having about Saudi Arabia. And basically, here's the stance of both gentlemen. Carragher disagrees with Saudi, doesn't believe players should be wasting their prime there, and he believes that it's not going to do the best for football and all these things. That's his stance. Rio responds saying, well, Saudi are just doing the same thing as everyone else. Everyone else has done with money. So why is it a problem that Saudi are doing it? Like an implication to suggest, I don't even know what this means, chat. I don't know what Rio is trying to imply of Carragher, whether he's trying to assume he's, I don't know, xenophobic, or if he's trying to just say, like, you're wrong on this. Like, I have no clue yet. But let me see if I can get the tweets up, because I want you to hear it from their mouths instead of mine. I'm on Rio's side, says Zekton Plays. Well, that's the thing that I want to break down into. I want to learn more information so we can analyse who's right, who's wrong, and all this stuff. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the clip of Rio Ferdinand and what he said to Mo Salah, to Jamie Carragher.
Jamie Carragher, where are you, man? I heard a lot of talk, a lot of negativity about Saudi. Oh, Bernardo Silva, I can't believe it. Oh, it's a disgrace. It needs investigating this league, etc. Steven Gerrard's gone. He used to carry his boots and his bag at Anfield to games.
It's a good point.
It's gone over there.
It's a good point.
I've heard a peep out of you. I've not heard how disappointed you are. I want to see him say, I can't believe Stevie's gone there. I'm actually buzzing for any of the guys that have gone out to Saudi. Because it's Saudi, people are going mad. But all these other countries and leagues over the years have done exactly the same thing. Jamie.
So the main point that I took out of that specific saying, now bear in mind, Carragher and Rio have done back and forths on Twitter. Go and check it out yourself if you want to find out a bit more information about it. Must be a sponsor. But the details that Carragher suggests, I really want to find the chats between both of them. Right, so Carragher has retweeted the video. I just want to show you this so I'm not showing you bullshit. And what he said is that I never criticised Silva, Benzema, Neves, or Steven Gerrard. I don't like Saudi trying to buy football like they have golf. So basically what Jamie's saying, he's not criticising the players for going there. So he's refuted the comparison Rio made about Gerrard going to Saudi, and why is Carragher not mentioning Steven Gerrard going to Saudi? Carragher is now saying, I don't care about people who go there. They're making a lot of money. I care about the fact Saudi are trying to buy football like the way they bought golf. So I'm only saying this just so we've got a more established way of looking at what Carragher's actually saying. And then what he said underneath this, he says, I knew you'd be all over it, Rio, like you were in Qatar. That's why you refused to do the opening game for BBC Match of the Day. Didn't want to criticise your paymaster. So what he's saying is that Rio is only supporting this because maybe there's a financial incentive in this for Rio. Otherwise, Rio wouldn't agree with it if things was different. So because Man United are linked with Saudi or someone in Saudi or Dubai or whatever, and Rio's obviously linked to Man United in some sort of way, Carragher is saying, well, you'd be agreeing with me if you weren't getting paid by them. That's what I assume. Rio Ferdinand then responds, fake news to Carragher. He at him directly. And then he says, I'm a man that embraces all cultures. Join the club. No need to fabricate James. He calls him James. I was never asked to do the opener. So the opener of Match of the Day. I never saw an uproar from you and others when the Premier League, Serie A, PSG, Barca, Real Madrid, Russia, etc. were plucking the best talent from other leagues. Keep the same energy. Now, the problem that I have with Rio's specific response here is only that Carragher is refuted. He doesn't mind players going there. His only problem is that Saudi is trying to buy football like they did golf, which, again, I think is confusing. I don't know why he's got a problem with the fact it's from Saudi. I don't know if it's a problem because they are from Saudi. I don't know if it's because it affects the Premier League and therefore that affects Carragher. I don't know what the motivation behind this. Some people are saying it's a racial motivation. I hate jumping to stuff like that. Some people are saying it's xenophobia. I hate jumping to stuff like that. So that's why I'm reading out the tweets tweet by tweet to understand definitively what they're saying, because people take my words out of context all the time. So I'm trying to give the balance side to both. Jamie Carragher responds saying, I wasn't fabricating. I was told by a few people probably what happened with you over the Qataris buying Man United a few weeks ago. If you think the Saudi league buying players is the same as the other leagues, we will have to disagree. So Jamie Carragher disagrees with how the money is being put into the European footballing game and then bringing these players over? Is it legit? Is it moral? All these things. But then I disagree with that because European clubs do some very immoral shit. So it is kind of like he's defending one. So far, I'm leaning towards Rio. I'm not even going to lie to you, chat. Rio responds, the facts are you disappointed the league, country, culture, but kept quiet when your two boys, Stevie and Fowler went 10 days later. So I think that was just like a personal dig. Carragher responds saying, you're going back to tweet one. You're so desperate for a gig out there. So they're just going back and forth. That's the conversation there. I'm glad that we understood the importance of that conversation. And I'd actually love to hear what you are all saying on this matter as well. Married to the game says, if they miss, we're spending like Saudi people would say less because America is the kind of creator of the world. Yeah, I think it's the center or kind of the center of the world. I think I read what you're saying there. I read that a bit quick. It's a bit of both in it. Like we can all agree players wasting prime for money isn't good, but at the same time, City have just gone give Haaland 850k per week. So there is just doing the same with other teams. Exactly. Saudi's already in the Premier League. So how come we've now accepted it in the English game, but we can't accept a Saudi league bringing our players to their league? I am struggling to align with what Carragher's saying based on what we've read just there, based on the tweets back and forth, based on the initial opinions, fully establishing both sides of the story. And I'm not going to lie, I'm agreeing a bit more with Rio. James, European clubs go to South America to sign all their talents for amounts they can't say no to. Saudi are coming to Europe offering amounts that can't be refused. Is it not the same? Why the hate it? It's a good point, Harris. It's a good point. You know, when the MLS go big, they're buying big players. When the Premier League get a big deal and we try and spend our money on in other leagues, are we like raiding their league? Are we destroying football? Like, is that the way it works now? Just whoever's got money is the one who's evil? I don't know if I agree with that sentiment. If Carragher could prove that the money was from an insincere place, even though we all know it's oil money, so that's legal. We're buying it. So it's like, if it's that standpoint, then yeah, but that's now where I'm struggling to see the overall point. Maybe James should do dog. Wait there, should go dog for all if he's not happy about funding. Maybe James should go dog. Mate, I know that you're probably trying to have a go at me there, but I don't have a clue what you're saying. I'm sorry. I'd love to respond, but makes no fucking sense. All we hear about is Ukraine, but look at what Saudi has done in Yemen. Oh, we're going into war talk now. Sorry, chatter. This isn't the platform for me to talk about stuff like that, but fair play if you have your own views on it. War's tough because where there's war, there's money, and I'm not gonna lie. I God bless all the people being affected in both countries, and then of course all the wars that don't get talked about. The silent wars, I like to call them, the ones that have been going on for a long time. But Ukraine and Russia happens, and we don't care about all that. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. But God bless to all the people who are struggling in these countries from what's going on. It's shit, mate. You know what I mean? Shit. No one that supports a Premier League team can complain. Our league is the most European spots, the most televised money, and the most competition. Money just because a bigger checkbook has. Mike, I think that's a great way to end this topic. Because I wanted to try and look at that topic from a balanced point of view, analysing the point of Carragher, making sure we don't misunderstand it, and then analysing the point of Rio. Seems like they disagreed, and I feel like we're all coming to a consensus that maybe Carragher is just saying things about Saudi because he is on Sky Sports payroll, and I don't believe they've told him directly, but I do think there's fears that have been built through the narratives that have maybe been spread within the Sky Sports headquarters or between Sky Sports pundits. So it's all relatable. It's all links together. But guys,